White ball, guys. आज पाकिस्तानलाई जसरी पनि जित्नै पर्छ गाइज। आज जितेन भने गाह्रो पर्छ सेकेन्ड राउन्डमा नेपाललाई जानलाई। आज जसरी नि जित्नै पर्छ गाइज पाकिस्तानलाई। आज जितेन भने त टप 3 मा जान गाह्रै पर्छ नेपाललाई। लाइभ स्ट्रिम वाट ओए नाइस। आइसिटिभीमा मात्रै लाग्नु रहेछ लाइभ स्कोरकार्ड युट्युबमा हालिसकेँ मैले। युट्युबमा लाइभ भइरहेको but it's one 1.4 ओभरमा 11 रन हानिसकेको छ नेपालले। आज राम्रो स्टार्टिङ लाग्छ। ओभरमा 11 रन हानिसकेको छ नेपालले। आज राम्रो स्टार्टिङ लाग्छ।
Played.
कस्तो हानेको थियो। आज रवालले राम्रो स्टार्टिङ गरेको छ। बाउन्सर गर्यो। 2.4 ओभर 17 रन हानिसकेको छ नेपालले।
But they're yet to get off the mark. Nepal have another opportunity today. 3 go through to the Super Sixes, the top 3. And what is most important is that you take your points and your net run rate with you, the teams that go through with you. Another wide. It's pretty similar sized ground to what we've actually had throughout the games here in East London. It's a decent hit down the ground and then square of the wicket. Well, we do have a shorter side in 62 metres and a longer side in 65. But what's interesting is the 62 metres, which is away to the right hand, is offside. That will suit his left leg ever so slightly and then throws his hands at the ball. You just wonder whether cover could get himself a bit squarer. I'm sure the Pakistan captain would love to get another fielder in that maybe a deepish gully, but that man at cover, he's almost at an extra cover, maybe to just be a bit squarer. About there. Get a couple here. He did play beautifully against New Zealand.
Offside is against the fast bowlers his strength. He played a few pull shots as well, but once the spin came on, he is very good against spin, uses the pace and also picks up length very quickly. repeat again, he played most of his cricket in India, so you'd expect him to be a very good player of spin.
So that'll be a wide. Now what's interesting here is that they've taken mid-wicket out and they've moved him to that square cover. Now, while that field may look good, the problem for the bowler is now he's a bit concerned to start the ball too straight. Because if he starts the ball too straight and it doesn't swing, he disappears through the leg side. So again, I would almost prefer the mid-wicket in place for the bowler and just to take extra cover and move him squarer. Strong off-sided field here for Kamal. Neat.
Yeah, the field set, you need to be pitching it up. Kamal is staying leg side, yes, but he also wants it just short of a length because you can see the ball and then hit ball. Once that pitched up, will maybe just offer to swing away. That's more risky, trying to drive it away. But interesting with the field. 7-2 fields are difficult to bowl at, but Khalil right now is just consistently getting the ball to swing away from the right-hander, and to the left-hander trying to get the ball to swing back in.
Often you see outswing bowlers. I refer to outswing against right-handers. They settle against right-handers but struggle against left-handers. It doesn't seem to be the case here. Might be better off against the left-hander. Lovely to see the young kids in at the ground today from the various schools in the regions, being given a day off class to come and watch the cricket. Another wide. And it's so important for these young children to come and witness this event, because then they get their own set of dreams, don't they? And think, well, I want to be here. I want a part of this.
Yeah, absolutely. The more exposure to sport, the better. It's not just cricket, every other sport. You go to the ground and watch it live, it's a whole different experience. And that's exactly what they're experiencing right now.
Oh my, that is a biggie. What a pickup that is to end the over. 29 without loss.
Superb. At no stage was he keeping that down. He's got underneath it and hammered it away. Picked up length quickly. The pull shot into position, smashes it out of the ground. Fabulous.
What a good start this is by Nepal. 29 without loss after just 4 overs. And Pakistan might be looking at a bowling change very early on, because Kubeb is struggling with the swing. Kubeb has bowled 19 deliveries already. He's the man at deep third. He's 19 balls for just 2 overs. So there is going to be a change. You have a sneaky feeling that Ubaid Shah might come in from the Buffalo Park drive end. Ahmad, the new man, Ahmad Hassan. Some little medium paces.
I think Saad Bey wants more control. The start is very good for Nepal, but Pakistan so far 7 wides, and that's the issue now. Saad Bey very proactive and he wants control back, so he's gone to his medium pacer who'll try and give him control. Much more accurate bowler.
Well, what an inspired bowling change this is. A little bit of movement, and the off stump goes cartwheeling back.
He's given them more than control. He's given them a wicket. Just a little bit of in drift, and he's played all around it. He's gone leg side, given himself room, and it's hit the off stump. So Pakistan strike. The danger man, Arjun Kumar, out for 6. Nepal 29 for 1.
Tripathi in at number 3. They look completely unfazed early on here, Nepal, and we're going along beautifully. It's a good delivery. It's a nice delivery here, just swings away, but this is the technical issue that Kumar might face going forward in his career, because he clears that left leg, he's trying to get that past extra cover, and the ball beats his outside edge, whereas that needs to be going back towards mid-off. Big wicket for Pakistan. That will settle them a little bit. Uh-oh. They've got a bout of the wides here.
Very good from Saad Beg also, making the decision of changing his premier fast bowler, getting a medium pacer on, because probably thought that I want somebody who can bowl as close to the stumps as possible, and it's worked like a treat.
Good run, nice and urgent.
And what Ahmed Hassan will give, he's an all-rounder and clever bowler, and he's in the side with a player who's regarded as a very thinking cricketer in terms of bowling especially. He bowls with his batting hat on, as in he thinks like a batter when he's bowling. Where do I not want this ball to be bowled at? So he's got that ability too, and Mohammad Yusuf speaks highly of him. He says he's one to watch just because of the ability to stay within the moment.
One of the young men left out, Riazullah, he's got to count himself a little bit unlucky. I mean, he played pretty well against Afghanistan. He got 46.
Yeah, I think Pakistan trying to make sure that everybody gets game time as they move forward through the tournament. There's no situation where we're actually bringing someone in a crucial Super 6 game. Shot one pulled away. The outfield's pretty sharp, so might just trickle away to the fence.
Amazing. That's nowhere near the middle of the bat. Just almost near the splice, and then just bounces a couple of times, and then it just rolls. It's almost as if it's going downhill. Bowler feels, I've got this, I can catch it. No chance. I just wonder if those decisions around selection are made a long time before the game. In other words, the players are sat down and said, look, this is what we're going to do, so don't be offended if you do well and you get left out. But we want to have a look at everyone before we get into the real nuts and bolts of the competition. End of 5, 35 for 1. that Nepal bats a long way down, because it was their tail that really wagged against New Zealand. Yeah, the men at the back end there, Dandari, Chand, did really well. So we've got a change of bowling. Ubaid Shah now from the Buffalo Park drive end. And he too can swing it both ways, obviously, because that goes nicely away from the right-hander.
First ball from this end suddenly seems as if he's much more comfortable running in and getting to the pitch and delivering. So it is his preferred end, and the switch might just help him. He bowled well from this end in the first game that he played here, and this is probably preferred by him.
This is the fourth time that these two teams are going to play against each other, and out of the first three, one of them was rained out, but Nepal have won. They have beaten Pakistan. Beat them in 2002 in Lincoln, just a few years after you there, Buzzard. And then obviously that Asia Cup, that under-19 Asia Cup result, which really was a big one for Pakistan. They won comfortably. And that match, Zishan got 6 wickets, the man at mid-off, and all 6'8" of him. Doesn't bowl with the new ball. Pakistan like to hold him back and bring him during that middle power play, where he is their wicket taker. Does well in the end to keep that down.
Yeah, plenty of fast bowlers to call upon, and sometimes it's slightly difficult because all of them want to bowl. We saw in that previous game, Zishan was itching to bowl when he wasn't into the attack, and almost from fine leg he was giving hints with his bowling action. So it's on the way leg side, come back for 2. It's still a very decent start for Nepal, but for South Beg to be then able to just hold a fast bowler back it's quite a deal, eh? And the way that he bowls with that height and then being able to hit the stumps, it is an attribute because of the fact that it's still very accurate.
Such an advantage to have a wicket-taking bowler that can bowl in the middle. Not quite there to drive, not quite to half volley. 6 gone, 38 for 1.
Steady start for Nepal, just 1 hit, 38 for 1. They are making use of the freebies given by Pakistani fast bowlers. They haven't really found the right length as yet. They're all over the place.
Turn delightfully down to the leg side, and that's another boundary for Nepal. They've really been solid here from the outset. Chapathi on his way.
But they have been very astute as batters. Just helping on its way. A bit of wristy work there. But the lines have not been accurate. might be hitting some good length. He's just waited for that ball, knew exactly where the fielder was. And another boundary.
Finding up in the circle. It's a big appeal. Just a little bit too high from Ahmed. Pakistani team is so impressive in the opening game, just not finding their lengths and their lines at the moment.
So far, journey for Nepal. Lost by 64 runs against New Zealand. Playing against Pakistan, it's a huge game for them, a big one. They are well connected. Well, Ahmed will have to bowl that again.
Nepal just having a conversation of last words of inspiration before they get on the field. They know what a big game this is. I saw Afghanistan yesterday go down in a thriller to New Zealand. It's given Nepal the opportunity to really secure their qualification.
Yeah, the thing I like about Nepal is they are always very positive. Even today they came out to bat. They took their time. They were not flashy, not going after the Pakistani bowler. They do realize that Pakistan has a very threatening bowling attack, whether it's fast bowlers or the spinners to follow up. They're taking their time out.
And that is a wicket. Ahmed, he strikes for a second time for Pakistan.
He just couldn't really hold that shot. Tripathi, it was to be their hit. It was pitched up nicely. Just the angle of the bat, trying to slice it. Couldn't really get that momentum and the weight transfer on that occasion and had to pay the price. Another one goes down. Akash Tripathi moves back in the hut on 6. Nepal 2 down on 43.
The new batter for Nepal, the captain Dev Kanal. He's got a big task ahead of him after 2 wickets have fallen in quick succession here for Nepal. Very much the fulcrum around which this Nepal batting lineup rotates. successful over for Pakistan. Nepal 43 for 2 after 7.
It was pitched up. It was there to be hit. But again, the angle of the bat, you should be aware where the fielders are. You need to pierce that gap. I think just trying to slice it, couldn't really control that angle of his bat. Had to pay the price. Some rebuilding now required for Nepal.
Losing the radar there. Shah, he's got to bowl that one again. He's running with lots of energy, lots of pace. Somehow it just becomes a little bit harder to control.
Yeah, just the wind. They are getting some swing. They need to control it, the lines. That has been the problem so far for Pakistani fast bowlers.
It's up in the air, there's a chance. And it even evades the tall Zishan.
Wasn't there to be hit. It was outside Awesome trying to fetch it. Did not travel to the boundary. Way outside Oftum. Trying to force that pull shot into the leg side. Had he tried to just nudge it down with the third or played that uppercut, that would have been a better connection. They are getting some extra bounce on this surface. It's good to see that.
So earlier, Rawal, he does enjoy the pull and the hook shot. Fixtures to come. Pakistan, the big one, up against New Zealand here on Saturday. Definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, a lot of support back home as well. Most of these youngsters come from very remote areas. They'll all be stick to their TV screens, watching their sons, brothers.
Looking cover drive.
Exciting times for under-19 Pakistan. Badshah, I had a word with him earlier and I did ask, how often do you talk to Naseem Shah? And he said every day. He has played a lot of cricket here in South Africa. He's been guiding him what the line and length should be here, what the surfaces are, and how he can exploit the condition. And he executed it well.
We do know the amount of national talent that Pakistan possesses. That's the end of the 8th over. Nepal 48 for 2. Really solid start by Nepal today. Cautious. And the opportunity has been there to latch onto anything short of full. Have dispatched that to the boundary too.
Ahmed Hassan is another promising all-rounder. Belongs to Sangla Hill. That is a remote area of Punjab. Again, started playing in the streets, gave trials for Central Punjab for under 16. That's where he caught eyes of the selectors and then finally provided an opportunity at under 19 level.
What a contrast to yesterday when we saw 19 wickets fall. Drama-filled morning, afternoon. Seemed like it was a conveyor belt in the dressing room. People weren't even ready to get their pads on. Today we've just seemed to settle into a nice calm morning.
It's a gorgeous day for cricket. Even for Nepal, he managed to get the momentum going. But I think again, if they can manage and have a calculated plan against the Pakistani lineup, I think they might be able to decent total and then just try to nail them down. It's going to be a hard task. They're enjoying some sun out there.
Lovely to see the sun out again in East London. It was a bit cloudy yesterday. Today it's a beautiful day to come out to the cricket here at Buffalo Park. It's not a breeze on the water. We've seen a few school kids. They've come in and filled the stand. I'm sure they'll make plenty of noise as the day progresses.
They're 2 down already for Nepal. I'm not sure about what the tactics are they're trying to bring in here. I would like to see more attack going on for the batters. You can see some easy singles being given away. Both of the batters haven't really scored. Rawal is on 25, Dave is on 2. And right now they're not going to attack Pakistani bowlers. All they're going to do is just capitalize the loose deliveries and maybe rotate strike. You need someone, especially the fielders in the ring, you need them few yards in to stop those singles. Try to put more pressure.
Brings us to the end of a quiet Ahmed over. Nepal 49 for 2 after 9. Big partnership here for Nepal. 2 key batters at the crease. Nawal and skipper Dev Kanal. They hold Nepal's fortunes with him. And that brings up the Nepal 50, that quick single. Nawal just taking a winding route to get to his to the crease, to evade a few fielders. It was almost a collision.
That's exactly what I was talking about. You need to cut those singles down. Just get a few yards in. That's just trying to go for the ball, and then he decided not to fetch the ball. Luckily, he did avoid a collision. Never liked it. No batter does.
Beautiful delivery. Great going past the outside edge.
He had a good day, good first game. Lovely length. That's the length he should be bowling consistently. He's got that swing going on. It's a good angle just to bring that ball back into the left-hander. Got his 4 wickets, giving away 26. That was the start of this tournament for him.
He really enjoyed his day out against Afghanistan. He only took 4 for 26. He also had 22 of 12.
He's making it difficult for the batter to pin him out, because he starts behind the umpire and then he comes out and bowls that angle. It's a bit of a surprise for the batters. You're standing and you're watching where the bowler is, and he's right behind the umpire. And now you start to see him. It gives you very little time to judge where the seam position is in his hand.
Up in the air, there's a chance. Fielders getting around, 2 fielders converging. Falls just between the 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't think the fielder in the deep picked it up early. It was surely his catch. He took time to leave and get in that probably 30-yard circle. Never picked it up. You can see now him converging. It was late.
It's a lovely shot by Dev Kanal, showing his class here to end the 10th over. Nepal 55 for 2.
Yeah, a little gift on offer from the bat. Literally throwed it down for Dave. There was no way Dishan would have gotten to that ball. He's 6'8". It was timed, it was hammered down the ground. You don't want to give Dave a good start.
Brings us to the end of the power play, and Pakistan have turned to their big fast bowler, Mohammad Zishan. He's got a fantastic record against Nepal. And 6 wickets in the clash in the UAE recently. It's a big moment in the game here. With Zishan entering the attack.
Mohammad Zishan comes from Faisalabad. That's how things started. Lucky to bat first, Nepal. A few good shots early on. This was a half chance, but never got to it. And then in came Mohammad Hassan. He created some ripples in that batting lineup. That was the second one to fall. Dave Kunal joining. Kamal in the middle. This is the pair you would like to keep an eye on. You don't want to give either of them good starts. Rahul is already on 27. Dave, we know in the first game he did sort of threw his wicket, but he has that potential to play a big innings. And today his team needs that.
Zishan showed in the previous game against Afghanistan just what a handful he can be. He extracts extra bounce out of this Buffalo Park surface.
He's been scoring with a decent run rate, 5.50. There's 2 wickets. It's still a steady way for Nepal. He's gonna love this surface. Obviously, he's 6'8". He will extract bounce, but this is a good surface. He's seen some really good carry. He comes from Faisalabad, and usually people who belong to there are very witty. And when I had an interview with him, he actually started talking to me in Punjabi, and he said that I asked him that if he's all sorted, no nerves, we're going to have a little bit of a chat with you. And he said that I'm all sorted, are you? He's being picked up by Peshawar Zalmi.
Always fast bowlers, they are a very unique bunch. They seem to live in their own world sometimes.
He's a lovely guy. He was one of the reserves in the last edition. This time he made it to the squad. And he did make a statement that I've been working really hard for 2 years just for this moment, this opportunity, and I'm going to make it count. And that's what you want to hear from an under-19 guy.
Has seemed to go a lot fuller here today. With Afghanistan, he was utilizing the short ball quite often. Seems like he's had a conversation with Junaid, the bowling coach, just in terms of his length and the areas that he wants to hit here.
Got slip in a gully. Did mix things up nicely. Last one was fuller.
Just no pace in the wicket for Zishan. It's a really tough task on a used surface.
One thing you can do if you're a tall bowler, obviously you're going to get an extra bounce. Just try to enforce the batter to play on the front foot. Keep hitting that good length area, ask him to drive. That's where the extra bounce will come handy. You might fall the trap, go chasing that ball,
Pakistan. He gets any purchase from the surface.
He also belongs to Faisalabad. Vice captain of this under-19. Another single. It's not easy to pick him. He winds like probably twice or thrice. There you go. A lot of distraction if you're not used to it.
Similar to the windmill that we have on the corner of our hotel.
Yeah, you've been there for the shakes, right?
That is the burger and the shakes breaks, absolutely. You cannot miss it down here in East London. Beautifully bowled.
There you go. I saw you hanging around one of those carts.
Missed breakfast this morning.
You always do. You always has an excuse to go down and eat some junk food.
Thought the chirps are out in the field. The sledging was done on the field this morning.
Yeah, we were talking about pizza yesterday. Today is burger day.
I don't want to talk about the rum steak you had last night. We'll leave that for another moment. But that does bring us to the end of the 12th over. Nepal 59 for 2.
For 2 here. Rebuilding after those wickets fell in quick succession.
So Nepal pleased with their start. They have lost those 2 wickets, but they've looked pretty fluent. And the man who gave them nightmares a month ago in Dubai during the Under-19 Asia Cup, Mohammad Zishan has the ball in hand. And if they can get through his spell, his 10 overs, and just keep him quiet, keep him even to maybe 2 or 3 wickets, Nepal would be very happy with that 6-for he took just a month ago. As I wish a very good morning to HD Ackerman.
Good morning, Andrew, and good morning to all our viewers around the world. This is going to be this is the testing part of the game here for Nepal, because they've got a history against Zishan. And Pakistan relying in heavily to take wickets during this middle power play.
He's very elegant, isn't he? And that is as good a long drive as you're going to see. Sprints away across the turf for 4.
Lovely stroke. Is there a better stroke to look at than an on drive? And the keys, he doesn't try and hit it too hard. He just waits for it, leans on it. And it's just a punch down the ground. It gets his head into such a nice position. It's almost like a Roger Federer forehand, is that the head stays down.
He's so elegant, isn't he? So stylish. You can see why he's already ascended to full team national honours. He also has something that not a lot of Nepali batters have, HD, which is height.
Nice. Head position. Watches the ball onto the face of the bat.
Both Dev Canal and Gulshan Jai played for the senior side. Both hover over 6 foot, which is very rare in Nepal. And that's why the challenge of facing the 6'8" Mohammad Zishan is such an alien one to them. The second reason it's alien, HD, is pitches in Kathmandu and Pokhara, Biratnagar and Bhairawa, the main hubs of the game there in Nepal. They don't have great carry and bounce and pace in them. They tend to turn a lot. That's why they generate so many brilliant left-arm spinners. But having had that experience, that exposure against Zishan a month ago, maybe they'll just have learned from that.
What's so good about this run is watch the striker. He almost looks at the non-striker to say, are you okay with it? So often we think that it's the striker's call to say yes. But you've got to be very aware that you're running with someone. And can he make the run? And that was a brilliant bit of running by the captain. He just knocked it at his toes, looked up as if to say, can you get in? And the answer was yes.
That's nicely shoveled into the leg side. Fine level of work to do, does it well, keeps it to a couple. Rahul, the change in the team, one of the 3 changes, continues to grow in confidence. It's 66 for 2. Three changes for Nepal, HD, and I think 3 really good ones. Strategically, they've had a real think about this game, haven't they? The reason why, they brought in a left-handed batter to counteract the 2 left-arm spinners. It's Jagat Tamada, the head coach, alongside Dhirendra Chand, the assistant coach, both former national team players. Jagat Tamada actually part of Nepal's first ever international side, 1996 HD. That's how young a cricketing nation Nepal still are. Their first ever international match It was less than 30 years ago. Jagat Tamada was part of that team, and then Dhirendra Chand played in the early 2000s. Nepal fans may be wondering why the leg spinner's being left out. Tilak Bandari, who bowled very nicely, didn't he, in the opening game? But with 4, if not 5, top-order left-handers for Pakistan, they're thinking strategically, so they brought in the left-arm seamer in his place, Durgesh Gupta. I think good tactics from the coaching staff of the Nepal side.
Left-arm seamer to replace the leg spinner. That's a big shot for LBW, a big shot. Bongani Jele had a long, hard look at it, but eventually said not out. It was a confident appeal.
Or was it just angling down? That's the question. It's turned. Probably just gonna miss the leg stump or shave it, so that a close call goes the way of the left-hander Raul. He's had a couple of jittery moments now. Chipped one up in the air, it fell in between the fielders on the pull shot. This time Asfand went fuller, and Raul just got his feet in a tangle. But the decision goes his way, maybe just missing the leg stump. Now 5 fielders on the leg side. It's going to be a very straight line to the left-hander. Watching these 2 left-arm spinners in tandem in the warm-ups, they're very, very accurate. Well, a probing over, but Nepal get to what will be the first drinks break. With just the 2 wickets having fallen, they'll be pleased with their position. We'll have a break at 67 for 2. A nice little partnership for the 3rd wicket between Bipin Rawal, who's come into the team today, and the captain, Dev Kanal. And Nepal, with the help of those 12 extras, I think will be pretty pleased being 67 for 2. It's the 15th edition of this ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup. Let's take a look back at a magic moment. Yeah, that was the 2014 final, one that the South African fans will remember very fondly. And look at the one name that stands out there in a big way for me, despite the player of the match performance from Corbin Bosch. He's now in the SA20, and Aidan Martin, the captain. It's KG Ravana with 1 for 26. I think he was one of the players of the tournament there in the United Arab Emirates in 2014. How good a fast bowler is he, actually?
One of the best. One of the very best. Very seldom with that ICC rankings, whether it be Test cricket, T20 cricket, or IDI cricket. As many knows, it appears there is someone.
He's also, when you think of modern players to play in all 3 formats, he's certainly one that comes to the top of the list. Just a flick of the pad, it looks like to me. Half an appeal. Really good take. The glove work has been so impressive from the keeper for Pakistan.
You're talking a bit. Corbin Bosch was those wickets in that final against Pakistan. Now, his dad was a very fine bowler as well, Tertius Bosch, who actually represented South Africa in the 1992 World Cup, which was in Australia and New Zealand, and bowled a very, very heavy ball.
So big is it, captain with the gloves. We always hear that expression, don't we? Bowling a heavy ball. HD, what does it mean? I've got to find a ball. There it is. What does a heavy ball mean? Is this one heavier than usual?
The way to describe it is, I'm not going to take the ball from you, I'm describing it, I'm not showing it, is visualize the Boris Becker serve versus the Pete Sampras serve. The ball, you almost felt that the ball hits you rather than you hit the ball. So the ball hits the bat. It's just the feeling that you get from a bowler like Tertius Bosch, who was Corbin's dad. I'm trying to think of another one. Morne Morkel, heavy ball. Dale Steyn, fast. You know, I suppose it just appears the way it feels to you as a batter.
Yeah, more modern players, you think of someone like Liam Plunkett, don't you? It's really kind of that velocity, they bang it into the wicket with. So rather than a kissing the turf, it kind of thuds into the wicket, doesn't it? A heavy ball. I was joking, of course, they all weigh the same. There's that on drive again. Stylish, elegant, Dev Canal at his best.
They need an innings from their skipper. He's got a good start here. This is over-pitched from the big tall man, but again the on-drive. Key, balance, and he's got plenty of that, and just time it.
I've described him as very elegant, very stylish. He's languid too. See the way he checks his drive here, HD? Is that something you used to do?
Well, I think it's very difficult to have the big follow-through with the on-drive. You see it more with the extra cover drive. With the on-drive, you're waiting for the ball to come right to you. It's going up. Whereas the extra cover drive or the off drive, there's a degree of stride that the front foot makes when playing that shot, then allows your hands to come through and extend.
Well, a big slower ball. Completely deceived at first, Biffin Rowell, but he had enough time to adjust. End of the 15th, it's 72 for 2. And that on drive, they always refer to it as maybe being the most difficult shot in the game to play. Is that accurate as we look at this variation, this slower ball from Zishan? Back of the hand, I think.
World Cup money, 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 World Cup money.
So with the on drive is your balance is absolutely key. With the right-handed batter, let's say, with him facing basically the offside and the head being the heaviest part of the body, you can tend to just fall over towards the offside every now and again. And when you do, the ball often clatters into your pads and you get a leg by away to square leg. With the on drive, your balance needs to be absolutely perfect.
I suspect Dev Canal is going to be so determined to show just what he can do for his nation today. He batted beautifully, didn't he, in his yard just a few days ago. He drove the ball so elegantly, but it was a short ball that got him out as he attempted to pull, caught it mid-on. They can see off Zishan and Nepal. Are they in this game?
They're already in the game. I think the key thing for Nepal is not to set that goal too high. Look at point of contact. Point of contact is so close to him.
Yeah, from a coaching perspective, you're always told to talk about the figure of 9. You can see it perfectly there. That is the shape of 9 that you want to get to at the point of impact for your drive, whether it be the on drive like it was in that instance, the off drive or the cover drive. It's perfectly exemplified, and again here, the reason I think they're in the game, the reason I agree with you, HD, is that they'll be comfortable playing the left-arm spinner. Zishan only has 7 overs left.
For me, it's just about the goal that they set themselves. Sometimes you get yourself in a good position and you think, oh, 300's on here, and then you just change your game plan slightly and you lose unnecessary wickets. If Nepal say, look, 250, we're in the game, and they just play smartly, they could end up getting close to 300.
Tight stuff from Afsan. He's only gone for 5 from his 3 overs thus far. 75 for 2. So if Canal and Rawal here could build a platform for Jah to come in and really provide some aggression after a great platform, Nepal could be thinking of 250 plus from here.
What are the size of the grounds like in Nepal when you mention those 31 sixes?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, a lot of them would have been hit at the TU International Cricket Ground. And those scenes of that TU International Cricket Ground with 25, 30,000 people in it, I'm not sure it's built for that many, HD, but they somehow get in. They're also up in the trees. They literally hang out of the trees watching on their heroes. And it's the national sport in Nepal, there's no doubt about it now. Soccer's popular there too, volleyball as well. But cricket has taken over in a big way because of the heroes of this modern generation. You think of the likes of Binod Das and Paris Khadka, both former under-19 World Cup players and Nepal national team captains. Now it's all about the current captain, Rohit Paudel, Asif Sheikh, Dipender Singh Airi. Maybe you're going to give out to me here, HD. One of the best fielders in the world he is. He's that good. And then you add in the likes of Sampal Kami and Karen KC. Nearly chops on. There's such almost a Coliseum arena to this in the TU, but you asked me the size of it. It's probably only 55 meter, 60 meter boundaries, but you've got to remember you're up at about 1,500 meters altitude. So when the ball gets hit, it does soar over those ropes.
I think Supersport Park or Centurion Park in where the SA-T20 is being played, I think 1,600 meters above sea level there. An awful amount of sixes get hit there. You just get it aerial and let the air do the rest.
The other thing about the TU International Cricket Ground, which is now one of 2 international venues alongside the Mopani Cricket Ground, which they fondly call it Nepal's MCG. That's what they call it there in Kathmandu. That just got ODI status last year in 2023. But the other thing, particularly at the TU, that they've done, they've had a new curator in the last 6 or 7 years. The pitches have gone from somewhere where 160, 170 was a winning score in an ODI to regularly seeing 300 gone past. We've seen 200 chased down in T20s. it's a batting paradise with that altitude and not with the biggest boundaries. So, yeah, a little bit more difficult to hit sixes here in East London. But Gulshan Jah is left-handed. So if he gets a left-arm spinner bowling to him, particularly from this end, hitting with the wind, I think he'll go at Pakistan.
Well, that was a mistake that Afghanistan made when they played against Pakistan, was they got their leg spinner bowling from the wrong end, and Sadbagh almost he capitalised on that. So that'll be important for Pakistan to know which end to bowl their spinners from.
Umpires have been good today on that. You have to remember the height of the Nepali batters. Obviously, Dev Kanal's the exception alongside Gulshan Jah, but it's the third time I think now one's been given as too short. Bongani Jelly working with Phil Gillespie. So it's Jelly at square leg who is saying, Phil, that's too short. It's going over the head height of the standing position of the batter. I think that's the third one now today. Plenty of extras again. We saw 49 between the two teams yesterday. Already 14 from Pakistan today. Misses out. Could have put that away if he just found that gap. Huge acre of space in the onside to find, but he finds the fielder at mid-on.
The full toss, that's the key. Just to find a gap in the field. The outfield is so quick, and there's no other fielder inside that 30-yard circle on the leg side, just a mid-on. Couple of boundary riders and deep square leg and a fine leg. But if you just punch it just to the right hand of mid-on, you get 4.
Two is the immediate shade from Dev Kanal, but he then sends his partner back, I think probably rightly so. 17 have been bowled, 80 for 2. HD, you had a lot of involvement with Afghan cricket. It's a country you know well. Their ascent through the world game is unparalleled. What about Nepal? Are they maybe following in their footsteps, or do you see enough from their under-19 side to really give hope for the next couple of decades?
You would hope so. So do I see Nepal on the same sort of trajectory as Afghanistan? I certainly hope that is the case. He's gone straight. He's gone straight and out. That's a good catch. That's a very good catch. Wasn't middled, and mid-on had to make up. That is a fine catch from Ubaid Shah.
Well, I thought he got enough of it at first, but you were right, HD. It's come off the toe of the bat, and yet again, for the second game in a row, Dev Kanal, he's done all the hard work, hasn't he? It's just come off a bit of an underedge. This is an excellent catch. Oh, marvellous. Ubaid Shah, the fast bowler. Well, the spinner may celebrate, but that's as much about the catch as it is the bowler. And the captain cannot believe it. He's gone for 23. It's 80 for 3. But certainly he had the gloves in the first game. Just as Nepal were looking so good with that third wicket partnership, it had put on 37. Kanal really started to try to accelerate. Nepal, who have all that familiarity with playing left arm spin, end up perishing to one of their strengths.
Oh,
This was an excellent catch, wasn't it? He's actually made it look quite easy in the end.
just has to get the stretch out at the end. Clothed it, hasn't he? And then the stretch to take it. Very fine catch. Yeah, just going back to what what we were talking about a little bit earlier around Nepal and Afghanistan. The only thing is that Afghanistan have got to play a lot of international cricket against some of the bigger oppositions, which I think has aided their growth as a side, particularly their batters. Now, whether that's because their borders worked hard, I don't know. But what I will say is that Rashid Khan playing T20 cricket around the world, then people like Mujib and Nabi playing cricket in those T20 leagues around the world, has made them household names and almost appealing for some of the bigger nations to now play against Afghanistan. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago speaking to some well-learned cricket people and saying there's a fella called Ramanullah Gubaz you must watch out for, and they didn't even bat an eye, weren't interested. Now he's playing IPL. So I almost feel if a couple of players from Nepal can get into some of those leagues, it might work well for them as a nation as well. 80 for 3.
Yeah, it's benefiting the international side by individuals from that international team going to the franchise leagues. There's been a few instances of that. Some of the senior Nepal players have got around some of the leagues. I'd be an advocate that there's probably quite a few associate players that are undervalued. There's so many franchise leagues now too. We have seen some of the associate players start to make breakthroughs. Chris Soule, Scotland, shot to prominence, bowling over 150 kilometres an hour in that Cricket World Cup qualifier. In Zimbabwe, he's playing the ILT20 at the moment. We've seen George Munsey do quite a bit of it for Scotland too. Plenty of the Dutch players as well, given their success. I think Bas de Leede, for example. Paul van Meekeren too. So I think it's going to become more and more common. See a change in bowling. The spinners are going to work in tandem now. And the kids who've really enjoyed the first hour and a half of cricket have said, okay, time to get into the bouncy castle now too. Edged and edged nowhere at all. Maybe even, was this off the handle of the bat possibly?
This bounces a little bit and there's some turn as well. Well, I know all the focus of attention is on the Indian Premier League, but it shows you there's a place for some of these smaller leagues to bring through some of these lesser known players.
Yeah, I think the other real game-changing thing for the leading associates, so your Nepal, your Scotland, your UAE, your Oman, your Namibia, Canada, who've come up now too into that new development of ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. They all got 36 ODIs in that last cycle. I think it'll be the same again in the next one, and every single one of them was broadcast. So they are now getting that light shone on to the best of them. Kushal Malla is a name to keep an eye on from Nepal. I think he could be the next one to make a big breakthrough. End of the 19th, it's 80 for 3. As we so often see, the wicket just brings some nerves alongside it for the new partnership, and all of a sudden the runs have dried up. These two have faced 12 deliveries, yet to score between them.
Yeah, and that's the important thing in white ball cricket, Mugger. Getting yourself in doesn't mean accumulating dot balls. And there's another one. He's 0 from 7. You've still got to try and rotate the strike. Maybe Raval gets a little bit more. He's a bit more of the aggressor. But that scoreboard needs to keep ticking.
Yeah, it's that kind of dead batting that you want to get away from. That delivery there's a gap between the cover fielder and the backward point. You've got to find a way to get it into that gap, get off the mark, get the strike rotated. They have the benefit of the left-hand, right-hand combo right now, Nepal. They've got to use it. But the pressure is just building and building. Feels like something's got to give here, H.
Catch it! Forward a little bit.
It's now 16 consecutive dot deliveries.
Just for a moment here, he thought about going over the top, didn't he? Right, final delivery of the 20th. There's plenty of pressure. Extra cover. Mid-wicket will get nice and tight to try and prevent him from nicking a single.
They will break that sequence and break what could have been back-to-back maidens. Maga gets off the mark. 20 have been bowled. It's 81 for 3.
The big wicket of the captain, Dave Kunal. After that, there has been some rebuilding. And that was a good delivery. Arafat Minhas just drifting it up, giving some air. And Saad Bey couldn't really collect it. There was a definite chance.
A big chance going to begging for Pakistan.
Just the extra bounce. It was quite late on him.
Captain would be disappointed. He sets himself such high standards. Captain always wants to lead from the front. Take every opportunity that comes their way. Arafat Minhas, he's played 3 senior T20Is. In the recent Asian men's games competition.
Yeah, he started playing cricket when he was 8 years old. He's very passionate about this game. Has a huge reputation as an all-rounder.
And that is the wicket. He missed one earlier. And now Minhas has struck for Pakistan.
Ali Aswan on the receiving end did not commit any mistake. He was trying to play it towards the extra cover, but really couldn't get to the pitch of the ball. Had to really fetch for it. Just chasing the ball. And Arafat gets his man. Another one down. Nepal is in deep trouble. 4 down for Nepal. Uttam Apamagar gone on 4. 85 for Nepal.
The new batter for Nepal, Gulshan Jah. He would not have liked to be at the crease this early. He knows he's got a big role to play with the ball a little bit later, Pulshanja. But now he's got a task, an almighty task with the bat. Because Pakistan have gone bang bang. They left Nepal in a spot of bother.
Yeah, spinners are tightening the shackles around their batting lineup.
Catch it!
One bounce. Does seem though that Nepal a little bit frazzled at the moment.
Beautifully flighted delivery. Just forced him to come on the front foot, but really couldn't get to the pitch of the delivery. He's trying to go aerial, just chipped it to Ali Asfan.
It'll be interesting to see how the wall approaches these remaining overs. He's very much been the sole pillar of this Nepalese batting lineup. I feel, Marina, that he's going to have to play the anchor role here, try and bat as long as possible.
Yeah, Jaha, he can bat against pacers. He's very comfortable, but against spinners, it's very challenging for him. And right now, Pakistani spinners are on the top.
Ali.
Pakistani spinners are turning the screws.
Stealing a single on that occasion. I think that's the best they can do right now. Just keep rotating the strike. More importantly, this guy on screen needs to contain the strike, do a bit of a work. A very delayed reaction.
It's over. 22 gone. Nepal 87 for 4.
The one man standing out there on 33, Rawal, he has to play that anchor role. Dev Kunal looked $1 million yet again, but couldn't really capitalize. Gone on 23. Again, a rebuilding phase for Nepal.
Minhas getting into his work here. He's already picked up one in his first over. Pakistani fielders, they are on the money here. They realize that Rawal and Jaha are just looking for a single to try and rotate the strike, but they're not giving them any.
Done well. Pakistani bowling side. Bowlers have did well and backed up by the fielders. 8 overs since last boundary for Nepal. It's a delight to see. Not even at Under-19 Men's World Cup, but even Under-19 Women's World Cup. The level of fielding, at least the intention, that's what counts for me has been superb. We saw some brilliant catches yesterday from New Zealand.
Jar finally gets one away. Brings us to the end of the 23rd over. Nepal 88 for 4.
They've done well, starting off with Seam, Shah and Khalil. Khalil having his first game here. He was touch expensive, but Ahmed did most of the damage control, getting 2. 1 each for Aspan and Minas. It's good to see the level of commitment in fielding. Nepal was very clinical, Pakistan, New Zealand. And it's important when you talk to youngsters, fielding is something where you can stand out and work on. We've got loads of examples in modern day cricket. A lot of idols to follow. And it's all about how much you enjoy those fielding sessions. They can be tiring, at times boring. You do work on a lot of technique, because at this stage you want to get your basics right.
We have seen the level of fielding just increase substantially over the years, particularly the teams from the subcontinent. Previously didn't enjoy throwing themselves around, but right now they fully understand the value of saving every single. These youngsters, energetic, lively, plenty of chatter in the field, keeping the spirits up of their teammates. Makes a huge difference to a bowler when you know you have the support of your fielders.
It's good bowling, some bit of purchase for Asfand.
Straight down the ground. And now once again, excellent fielding by Khubaib. Brings us to the end of the 24th over. Nepal 90 for 4.
It's good bowling. It's coming with the wind into the left-hander. Slides come in. It's more about the intention. When you got that intention to get to the ball, you're halfway already there. You just need to commit yourself to that level. Where the Nepal is going, currently it's 188. They need to push that. And I remember we had a fielding coach who is currently now the head coach of Pakistan women's team, Muhtashim Rashid. He worked a lot with us over the years, emphasizing the importance of basics. And we had long sessions of doing just the basic work in terms of fielding, getting your base right whenever it comes to throw, getting your elbow high. And we just used to do this. So he made us repeat it like 100 times in a session. We wanted to catch the ball, we wanted to throw it. He said, no, work on your basics. And what we did was like this and this. And we got bored, literally.
Sounds a bit like Mr. Miyagi, washing on and washing off there.
But that actually helped us when we inculcated that technique in our throwing. That actually helped us a lot. So usually we actually do underrate these basic drills. But when you combine them together and you execute in the field, that's when you realize. And that is a funny story. Oh, nearly there. It was a good attempt. We'll run away for 4. Have to feel for Minhas.
It's the end of the 25th over. Nepal 94 for 4.
Beautifully bowled yet again by Minhas. Got the outer edge. Oh, that was away from the slip fielder. Encouraging signs though for the spinners. They are getting something out of the surface.
Many partnerships to speak about of value for Nepal at the moment. Rawal and Jahar, they are doing their level best to resurrect this innings. Marina, I do want to come back to your wax on, wax off story there. Harun Rashad, he's asking questions immediately with his very first delivery.
Yeah, he got a chance in the playing 11 today. Comes from Karachi, a lot of cricket there. It's beautifully bowled. He's got some support from his home. He's got 2 sisters who are in the medical field. Both of them are doctors. And then he actually opted for cricket. And he had a lot of support from his father in doing so.
I think it's a lot easier standing in the East London sun than studying for 7 years.
Lovely bowling, Harun.
And coming back to how important the basics are. When we started doing those drills with Sir Mohtasim Rashid, he actually wanted us to take a moment in the field as well and try to replicate what we were doing in the practice sessions. So what actually happened was, I won't name her. We had a very good fast bowler. She was fielding on a boundary. I think it was Bangladesh. Had all the crowd behind her, and she fielded that ball. And she went and do that sort of the practice we were doing. And what she did was flick that ball out of the boundary.
That brings us to the end of the 26th over. Nepal 94 for 4. Arafat Minas, he's just tight in the squeeze here. Hold 4 overs already and just conceded 10 runs. And also picked up the wicket. So the Nepalese finding it really tough here.
They need to cut these singles down. Just keep on the pressure going on. When you're inside that 30-yard circle, there's nothing much happening there. You need to cut those singles down, and the best way to do it is keep an eye on that bat. As a fielder, you need to keep an eye on that bat, because you then can guess how high a bat lift is going to be. You can actually predict what the batter is going to do. If it's a shorter bat flip, obviously they're going to play the softer hands and run for a single.
And that's Minas. He strikes again for Pakistan. And he gets the big wicket of Rawal.
He cannot believe himself. Literally cannot. That was a delivery where he could have capitalized it and get a boundary. It was all set for him. All he had to do was beat that fielder. And he played straight into the hands. Another one for Arafat Minhas. Was a bad delivery, but unlucky dismissal. He fought his way out. Bipin Rawal on 38 has to take a disappointing walk back in the heart. 5 down for Nepal on 96.
The new batter for Nepal, Deepak Tumre. He walks to the crease in the midst of Pakistani spinners really dominating at this stage. Arafat Minas has been excellent for Pakistan.
It wasn't one of the best deliveries, but he fell for the trap. He needed a bit more elevation. Either way, on his right or left, would have beaten that fielder.
Minas darting it in here. Successful over for the left-arm spinner. Nepal 96 for 5 after 27. Nepal batting card just falling away at the moment. They had a solid start with the captain Dev Kanal and also Rawal.
Spinners have done well. 13 overs for them, 3 wickets, giving away just 21 runs. Getting some birches out of the surface, mixing it up nicely, especially Arafat Minhas.
Jaha, not known for his patience against the spinners. Having to show caution here against Arshad. The deep square leg. There's a long on, all waiting for the big shot.
We've got 2 new batters at the crease. Jaha just on 4. I would like to see that cover coming in. Just add a bit more pressure. Don't give away easy singles. You're taking wickets. Try to cramp them. Not giving any air as well for Jaha. And he does struggle against spinners. Probably invite him to go aerial. He might commit a mistake.
Maiden over, Nepal 96 for 5 off 28. Fallen just short of the first slip.
He's having a great day, Rafat Minhas. Almost got his third one. Just to drift in and bit of turn away from the sand. First slip. Did not really carry to him.
Balls increasing the pressure here. Nepal.
And what he's trying to do is just get that drift going in with that wind and turning it away. That creates sort of angle where you play for that incoming delivery and it turns away from you.
Yes, there's the ball on a string at the moment. Goes just past the outside edge. The end of the 29th over. Nepal 96 for 5.
Well, 126 dots. That's the big concern right now for Nepal. Since they've lost their skipper, they've just gone nowhere. Dev Canal was dismissed off the left arm spinner, trying to attack him. First ball of the 18th over, 80 for 3, well 80 for 2 before he got out. Since then, Nepal have scored just 17 runs in 12 overs. Ironically, we thought that Nepal may struggle against the express pace of Pakistan. They've had no problems with that, really. Comparatively, it's been the spinners that have spun an absolute web for Pakistan and has them now ahead of the game. So I'm joined by Bazid Khan for the first time. This has been impressive stuff from Pakistan's trio of spinners.
Yeah, very good from Saad Beg as well. Got Minhas into the attack, and then now he's got Harun Arshad bowling off spin. And they've been very accurate. They've got a little bit of purchase off the track, but they've been extremely accurate. The other thing here is they've been allowed to bowl. We've seen a number of forward defensive shots throughout this Nepalese batting innings, especially to the spinners. Now, with the spinners operating, yes, it's spinning a little. So maybe the push down the ground or driving down the ground is the problem. So you've got to find another avenue. We haven't seen any utilization of using the depth of the crease, going back, or try to get at the ball, or even the sweep shot. So basically you're just left with that sort of shot at best, drive down the ground. But it's all been that forward defensive on repeat.
We haven't seen a single batter use his feet, come down the track, particularly the two left-handers with the left-arm spinners. You would have thought that would have been a good option. We all know Gulshan Jah can hit. He's not hitting just yet. 30 have been bowled, 20 remain. It's 99 for 5. There is Dhirendra Chand on the right, the assistant coach, team analyst over the laptop, and just a few concerns for Nepal's backroom staff at the moment. He's so pleased with how they've played Mohamed Zishan. 4 overs, none for 20 for him. 6 for a month ago in Dubai at the ICC Academy in the Asia Cup. But the Manhattan spells it out perfectly, doesn't it? Bazid, there just has been nothing going after an excellent start for Nepal. Now, can they fight back in the last 20? Ja wants the seconds, not going to get it. The hundreds come up. What would Nepal like from here? Surely at least 200, 220 plus.
If they get to 220, it'll be a fabulous effort. They'll want something in that region to be able then to defend. And it'll be difficult defending that too, but from here on end, you'd think they'd want something above 200. Now, the interesting part about all this is, yes, when it's slightly slow and spinning, you expect to score square of the wicket. And there's not been a lot of runs off, well, there's not been a lot of runs full stop against the spinners, but there's not been a lot of maneuvering square of the wicket either, so it is a problem. That's the only way of rotating strike right now. The only option that the Nepal batters have is to push down the ground, which I reckon is the wrong option, because that length which the Pakistani spinners have settled into and making it difficult. So nothing through the offside square of the wicket, even the sweep short square of the wicket. Haven't seen anything.
You're spot on. Every single delivery is being played by Nepal's batters from the crease. They are staying in the crease, really just making a forward press with their front foot and then looking to either place it or defend it into the offside. No real aggression or intent, and over starting to run out. It's 100 for 5.
Harun. यहाँ से निशान वहाँ से हारून वहाँ से तुम
The wind is very much back with a bang today. We went missing for a day yesterday, Bazid, but we're only, what, a kilometre and a half from the beautiful Indian Ocean, and it's driving with that prevailing nature across the ground. Ja can hit with the wind into the leg side here. It would be against the spin, though, of Arshad, who's bowling off breaks. You almost sense like it's probably a matter of time before Ja starts to show his aggression. Just happy to nudge it around for the moment.
It's almost as if once the spin has been introduced, his spin, the Nepal batting innings has come to a standstill. Now maybe they're now just waiting for the faster men to come back, but really bided or you're giving
single boss.
finally a shot in anger. He's got it through mid-wicket, over mid-wicket, he'll come back for 2, but yeah, just a bit more proactive this time. The slog sweep, you haven't seen that at all this innings.
Well, you have to take risk, don't you? We're going to have a boundary check. I think he should just be okay, because he's definitely kept it inside at first and then cleverly just jumps over. So nothing wrong with that 2-run save. Good work in the deep. You almost have to be willing to lose your wicket in order to give yourself and your team a chance of winning. Have to take risk, don't you? It can be calculated risk. You can assess the options. You can look at the field. You can see where you're going to collate runs and find scoring options, and even just that one piece of aggression has taken the slip out of play. He's now come into short third. There's far too many dots. The problem at the moment for Nepal. 32 have been bowled, 103 for 5. Sad Beg is captained and rotated really well. He's assessed that the spinners are the ones doing the job, and he's probably going to bowl as much spin as physically possible from here. Baz? Well, what do you reckon from here, Baz? Nothing but spin, just as I say that. Here comes Mohammad Zishan for a burst at Gulshan Jan.
Very impressed with the way that he has captained Saad Beg. Obviously, been a captain or identified as the leader for a while now. The spinners, 7 overs for 10, 7 overs for 12, 4 overs for 6. So they've gone nowhere. But with Saad Beg, he's a very calm character. Zishan round the wicket. Straight away, driven through the offside. So pace on. Maybe now the opportunity just to make sure that they now progress the innings further.
There should have been 2 here. The fielders had to tumble to his left, but look at Jazz running between the wickets. He's caught watching the ball. And that is really poor for a man who's played 38 senior ODI internationals, ODI and T20Is for his country. Has to know that he's got to be the senior partner and he's got to get back on strike. I think he thought that was going to be 4, so caught watching the ball. Rather than being back on strike, he's exposed Dumray to that extra pace and bounce of Zishan. Not the first time either, maybe the third or fourth. 2 that was being turned into 1 by the Nepali running between the wickets. The leg side wide. Why has he gone back to pace here? The spinners had completely changed the game. They stifled any momentum that Nepal had.
They're probably thinking that they'll get a wicket here after all that pressure applied. Probably thinks that the batters will try and attack Zishan, and there's an opportunity to take a wicket, and if they get a couple of wickets here, they can roll Nepal over, but nobody knows what he's doing. Short ball into the pitch. And earlier on, we're talking about field positioning. He's got them spot on, and then he's introduced spin and rolled with that for a while, which worked really well. So at the moment, he's got most things right. Now that short ball, as you expect, extra bounce, and he's hit his gloves.
Yeah, he doesn't look comfortable against the pace and bounce, Dumray. He was not in the team in that under-19 Asia Cup last month in Dubai when Zishan just blew Nepal away with 6 for 19 from 9.2 overs. Thought Bishal Bikram KC might have got the nod today, but they've gone with Dumray. All the more reason why Jan needed to get back on strike, really, wasn't it? Does get down the non-striker's end with a single. Been so many dot balls here, Baz.
Just the concentration of going forward and blocking it. And you see that there's no change in the way that they played. And that has meant no change in the result. And the result being plenty of dot balls.
Everything being played from the crease, no use of the feet. short, wide and too wide. All of those overs just adding up. Completely flattened through the middle overs by those spinners. Maybe just with the pace back on the ball, Jazz seeing that as his opportunity to start to show his aggression. I was telling you in advance of the tournament, Baz, wasn't I, about how much I thought of Gulshan Jazz, a young talent with bat and ball. His last international game was the final of the T20 World Cup qualifier that was held in Kathmandu. That was for the Asia region, where both Nepal and Oman qualified. In that game, came in at number 6 for Nepal. He made 54 off 25 balls with 9 boundaries. So he's more than capable, and that's against a bowling attack with the likes of Bilal Khan, Fayaz Butt, Zishan Maksud, and the excellent Aki Ilyas. He can clear the ropes, but today he just looks to be holding on as long as he can. He's trying to take this innings deep.
And maybe piling on the pressure for himself. 33 done, it's 108 for 5.
With Nepal still, for them to pull off that upset, it is that 220 plus they'll need, surely.
The only thing that works in their favor is that it is a used pitch and the ball's not really rushing onto the bat, so maybe with a lack of pace their spinners can come into play, but for that you'd expect them to get to at least 200, if not more, to give themselves a chance. At the moment, they've asked 15 overs or so. They've slowed it down in search of batting through those 50 overs, making sure that we bat through the whole 50 overs. But the game is about runs, and if they don't get a big finish, all those build up towards those final overs will mean that they won't have a substantial score at all. That is a poor misfield that has gifted another run away.
Going to be buzzers. Are they going to get back for 3? They will. All happening. Well, they've turned a single into 3 somehow. Ahmed Hassan has had a bit of a shocker out there, and then the throw was lax too. Not sure why the keeper didn't take that, and good awareness from Gulshan Jah that time. He was much more on his mark there. It means he's got the strike back. And with Khalil having been expensive in his first spell, will Jah maybe go at him? We've got a great atmosphere in here today, don't we, Baz? There are not just hundreds, thousands of kids. They're everywhere. What would you be doing if you were 8 or 9 years of age on that hill?
Well, I challenge you to a race down the hill, which You didn't accept you wanted up the hill. Up the hill is it's a long way, Andrew. You want to rethink that? It is a long, long way.
Well, Baz, I'm blown away by what great shape you're in still, and I think I've got the weight advantage, so I want to...
I don't think so.
I want to start at the top and come down. Maybe
Yeah, I think down the hill's fine.
That's
yeah,
me.
That's
I've got you then, I
that's
reckon.
good.
No rolling, though, Baz. No rolling.
Why not?
No, it's trotting. We have to trot down that. Look at the steepness of it.
Yeah.
It's got to be the steepest grass bank in world cricket.
Yeah, I asked HG and he didn't give me the answer. I asked him if this was the steepest or the largest grassy bank of all international grounds. You would know, Andrew, wouldn't you?
It's almost up over his head as he attempts the hook shot. Looks like one of the steepest in the world to me, no doubt, Baz. 34 ball, 113 for 5. And what's the conversation here between Gulshan Jha and young Dumray as we get to that second drinks break? In fact, we'll come back to that. We have 16 overs remaining, the second drinks